Welcome back to We Are Mel,
And more.
and we are here for our, I don't know, is this our fifth episode?
I actually think it might be six because remember we did two
Oh,
one day, so I think even
that's right.
I was calling it. Anyway, I don't know. We're somewhere. We'll count
We're
them up.
somewhere. We're making progress, man.
We are.
We're making progress, and it's been a busy couple of weeks. Life's been nuts. You're out of town and not at home. I've been kind of all over the place. We've got semifinals next weekend for me.
So
It's just
exciting.
it is exciting. It's just been absolutely wild. Did you watch any of Del Mar last
Not
weekend?
Del Mar. I did a little bit of Mayhem Classic, but I did not get to see any of Del Mar. So, and didn't Legends happen?
It was well as it, that's yeah, Del
Yeah.
Mar Legends. Yeah, it was the
Oh,
same.
that's the same thing. Oh, yeah. Let's
Yeah.
see. Fail. As
Yeah.
involved as I am in the sport, I'm still like clueless on certain things.
Well, I mean, it's not your fault. It changes every year. So
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
it's like hard to keep up when the structure changes every single year. So hopefully going forward, now we have a new CEO since that happened yesterday.
Oh, thank God.
Um,
I knew something exciting happened.
yeah,
I saw on the CrossFit affiliate Facebook page that
right.
there's hope or something. And I was like, sweet, I hope we sold, or I don't know what happened, but I didn't get to go see what actually happened. So it's like, it's actually funny
Yeah.
when you see the reactions before you know what
Oh,
actually happened. Happens to me on Facebook all the time since I don't.
yeah. Well, the timing on Facebook's always funky. I don't feel like I ever see things in order.
Right. And for the notifications, or I don't watch like news. And so if I don't see it on my algorithm for like Instagram or Facebook, then I like have no idea.
Yeah. So anyway, he's the old. He's been in CrossFit for a long time. He was the COO from I'm gonna say the wrong years, but it was like 15 to 19.
Those are some like
The prime
prime
years. The
years,
prime
dude.
years. Yeah.
He was in charge of operations. That's
Yeah.
actually going to be, I
So
want
that's
him
why I
to
think people
be,
are pretty excited. But it's interesting because he's like a face nobody knows.
who cares?
Right?
Need
Right. But it's like the important ones know. So
right.
like Rory McKernan, Savon, like all those guys that have been around a long, long, long time are like excited. And, so
That's great.
I think it's very cautious, but good for the sport. So we'll
Good
see.
for the sport or good for the company or both?
Good pull apart there. Like I think it could be good for both.
Yeah, ultimately want both to thrive, in my opinion.
Correct.
Like, because when one thrives, the other thrives better. Um, I just think that, yeah, the sport has been in a really,
Harry,
really interesting spot.
agreed.
And I even want to maybe talk about like how the sport has, I think, evolved or lack thereof. Like I think it's almost gone backwards in the last
I
couple of years
I would agree with that.
in not good ways. I still love it. I love the sport. I think we're just, which is so interesting because Dave Castro's been the one to program and he's been there from the beginning since the CrossFit, he created the CrossFit Games. But like, I feel like I've been following John Woods. I don't know if you follow him. He's like
Mhm.
really great and interesting to follow. And he's really talked about how CrossFit hasn't tested, and I don't think we train enough of the athleticism, like the fast, the
Yep.
explosive, the actual sport stuff. I've gotten very much less athletic since doing CrossFit. Um,
Mhm.
and I'm glad that like some of my competitive programming, like when I was with Kilo Trained, actually programmed some of the change of direction stuff. Um, and the like speed and agility work. And then
Yeah.
like with Zach's programming, he throws in the stuff like where you're jumping off the boxes after you're doing squats and stuff. And I've seen a
Yeah.
little bit more of that come back, but like there were years in CrossFit that didn't exist. Like
Right.
you just lifted heavy and then went into a Metcon, but there was a lot more sprinty Metcons. Now it's like, can you sprint for 15 minutes?
I was
Like,
gonna say everything is 15 to 20 minutes.
and it's all capacity. And I think that's such an
Yeah.
important test, but we're missing some of the tests of fitness. And
Agreed.
yes, we don't test just athletic, but like let's look at what translates to power and strength and true functionality too. Like
Right.
it's the first things to go as we age. And so like I would love to see a more popular, like let's put ladder drills back in warm-ups. And
Yeah. Mhm.
like um more like hopping and jumping and lateral work and things like that.
Yeah, like rotational work.
And rotate. Oh, we were talking about that today too, like twists, like
Mhm.
baseball has like clubs. Like there's literally things
Golf. Think about the generation of people that are golfing right now, like
yeah,
our generation, and blowing muscles because they're just
right.
not conditioned to rotate,
Yeah.
right? It's like your
People
body and your trunk and
Yes, and people are like, there's like now all these fitness clubs you can buy. And imagine if we're doing some of these swing things and strengthening our wrists and our torso, like how
Mhm.
much more functional and less injury we're going to see in life. And you and I have talked about it too. It's like on the CrossFit pyramid, weightlifting and throwing are equally important on the pyramid, and we don't see throwing besides a wall ball shot.
Yeah, that's the only throwing that we see. And that's super interesting. Sorry, my dog is chewing on something she's not supposed to be chewing on.
You're good.
I can hear her over there chewing on plastic. And I was like,
Yes, you're fine.
but no, I agree. And then when in figuring out creative ways to do that and test it,
Yeah.
that's one thing that, Zach put back into my programming a lot. And then my current coach has really put a lot into is like the sprinting and the speed drills and the ladder drills. Like we do that
It's so
every week.
fun. Like
It
that's
is
the thing.
fun.
Like it's a good time.
Yeah.
It lets your like more capacity and endurance recover while still getting some really incredible neurological connections.
Yeah.
And like I can't box jump as high as I used to.
Hmm.
I'm starting to lose it. I'm getting to that age and I've had some injuries, but like I'm like this is and I do train some of this intentionally because of Grid League. I don't do
Right.
enough, but like it's and I'm really glad that I am doing Grid League because it's allowed me to kind of come back to basis on some of that and focus on it. Um, but I think it's just really like depressing what like CrossFit's been testing for and even the structure of the
Mhm.
season the last couple of years. That's what's kind of been a bummer. Um, but I do hope to see, like, I think some people are talking out about it, and I hope that it actually brings us back to center and allows us to like see more well-rounded tests and more like training for that kind of stuff, like as a um, community, I
Well,
suppose.
we're only going to be fitter, and the idea is to
Yeah.
just continue to make the community fitter. Like that's the whole idea,
Right.
and that is only going to contribute to being fitter. It's like, so
Right.
why would we not? That's the whole, like, we look at the hopper model. Like that's the whole idea of the hopper model is that there can be anything and everything in the hopper, and
Yeah.
so we
Or like, why don't we see a javelin throw or see
right.
a burpee broad jump over 100 meters, like across a football field or 100 yards, and see who makes it to the other side first?
Yeah.
Or like sandbag tosses behind the head of
Hmm.
who gets one side to the other faster, or who can have like you get 5 throws or 3 throws, and then whoever gets the furthest throw wins that event. Like, why are we not seeing that? Like, I just don't understand. Like, that stuff has not been tested in like years.
Yeah.
Or why don't we do 5 40-meter dashes or 3 40-meter
Ooh,
dashes?
that would be fun.
That would be so fun. Like, but we don't test sprinting. Like, we don't test the super short outbursts, or we haven't in a while besides a 1 rep max. And we haven't even seen a many very 1 rep maxes in the last 2 years. It's complexes, which is great. I love complexes. I think that's again, be prepared for anything neurologically, physically. Still takes a ton of explosiveness and a lot of things, but it's just very interesting. Like those things have not, it's like someone just asked like the other day, it's like, do we just take some of that stuff out of the hopper?
Right. Well, and that's what I'm talking about. Is like,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm my dog's out. Um, yeah, it's like something happened, and
Right.
then like they're just gone from the
Right.
hopper. It's like if we're really following. I mean, that's one of the fundamental models of CrossFit.
Yeah.
Is that model, and so it's like, did they just like fall out of the bottom? Did the bottom rust out and it just fell out the bottom? Like, what happened to the hopper? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like all the tests have like this year's tests looks very similar, like across the full quarterfinals and open. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like, I know that we want to make it more inclusive, but actually it is more inclusive to test those more short outbursts.
yeah. All I
And
know is we
like,
better get something heavy next week. Is all I know. Like,
yeah, semis has got to have it. I mean, Gwen has been in everything, so I'm wondering if Gwen's going to show up again. I would,
well, only Magic City and
so
what was
Legends
it?
didn't do it.
Legends did do it. Oh no, Legends did not. Sorry,
No, it's Mayhem, and
Mayhem
then I know
did.
Magic City announced it.
Yeah,
Was that an
yeah. They,
accident too?
huh?
Was that an accident? Because I actually saw funny things on Instagram of like That's a coincidence or something, or is
Yeah, somebody posted about it. Whichever one of them posted it first, the other one was, I think it was Legends, was like, or Magic City was like, oops.
yeah,
Like, I
which is
mean,
so funny and ironic because
just a
remember
symphony.
Isabel was across the board on all of them. I
Well, I
actually
think that's why everybody was like, well, maybe we are going to see it in
and
semis online.
I wouldn't be upset with it. I think it's a great.
No, I
So I
enjoyed it.
actually
It
went
was great
and
to watch.
tested it the other day, and I thought that would be my jam. Now my CNS was fried, and I felt like shit, and I probably shouldn't have been training it all that day, but it was the day I actually had time, so I still went in. And yeah, I didn't do very good at all. I was really thinking that was my jam, and it was not my jam. I was not okay. I even like Zach even told me how to approach it, and I did not. I actually even waited even longer because I was like, I'm not ready to go. I would like to take another stab at it on a day that I feel
Yeah,
like
you're
better
not.
because I was fried, and right now the frying is like extra with all my CNS and like hormone issues, so it's like yeah. But it's also like, am I just not that fit either? Like, I don't know what's actually my issue sometimes and what's
Yeah,
like, oh, I'm just not as fit as I used to think I was, or I'm just not that fit. And that's okay. Like, I'm open to that. I don't want like ego in the way, but there are days that I'm like, like today I went to a CrossFit class. You know me, 125 power cleans is like a lot of times the power 125 pounds is my warm-up weight
yeah.
for
Like we put 45s on to
like
start.
I
That's
don't
what we
even
do.
put on other weight because it's like pointless.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's yeah, it's in the way and whatever. And so, but then today it was like the RX Plus was a 125 as an option, and I like did a few, and I was like, I'm not doing 25 of these in a row. Like I just was like, I could, but why don't I
Yeah,
do the RX weight and try to move faster? Because that's something I do need to work on is moving quicker.
texture.
And
Hmm.
so I did, and I just felt like my CNS was a little bit shot from all this travel and everything, and I was like, you know what? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I'm like trying to like learn and adapt and understand when to push and when to pull. Like
Yeah,
it's, oh, I just don't feel like it and I'm being a little B word, or if it's like, no, like you need to listen to your body and let it recover and rest and fix it up. But I'm trying to navigate that in this season. It is pretty interesting. So
yeah. That is interesting. I can definitely attest to that. Um, okay, so we are in today, and we're going to talk a little bit about food noise. I feel like this is a really hot topic right now, especially with the GLPs and all of that jam.
say that that's
Um,
one of the big benefits, right? Is it shuts off
mhm.
the food noise. There's like a huge benefit to it.
Yeah, I think that's the allure for most people is like we've kind of set ourselves up, and I'd be interested to hear your perspective on this, but like how do you think food noise has always existed, or do you think that this is a chronic modern society problem?
This is a great question. Um, I feel like it's actually, you know how a lot of these things we end up finding is like a survival mechanism for the brain?
Hmm.
I think it's been around for centuries. I think it
I
maybe
agree with that.
just shows up differently. Like before, it was the noise that triggered men to go on hunts and
Mm,
to like, it's what triggered us to start gathering and planting and be farmers. Like,
mm.
I don't know if it's always been bad. I think it's been about survival more than anything of like hunger
Well, I
cues.
think,
I
yeah, I think it's a derivative of hunger cues.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's an exasperated
Yes.
version of hunger cues in an environment that is saturated with food that doesn't fuel us in the way that it needs to.
Yeah, we're the most overfed and undernourished generation is what I like seen, and I think that's like such a great way to sum it up because like we have plenty of calories and plenty of things we can consume, but
Mhm.
not things that are nutritionally dense, and I think that's what's creating the food noise even more. Like I feel like we have the same food noise as a hunter or gatherer that like is out of food or hasn't had food
Mhm.
in a while because we're not getting the nutrients out of our food.
That's a great, yeah, I like that.
So like I think that's what we're craving, but because of what's convenient and what we see and what
Mm,
does not have a lot of actual nutrition density, that's why we're still hungry because our body is like craving something out of like the meat or the vegetables or the things we get from those. But it's but we're feeding it with literally like processed protein bars with processed um like carbs. Like I even saw, so just so you guys have a little bit of a context, I've been on vacation this last week and I've been in like North Carolina and South Carolina. We had a work retreat and basically we had this like huge, beautiful house on the beach that we stayed at. And so we had all this food just stocked in alcohol and like everything. And even me, who I love to eat nutritionally dense food, and it was still available, I was still grabbing Chips Ahoy. I was grabbing
Mhm.
easy grabs, and I was like, oh, that just tasted so good. And so then as soon as I'd be any bit hungry or bored again, sometimes I would just
Wait,
eat something.
so do you
Like,
think about it? So like the fact that you knew it was there, are you like thinking about it?
sometimes, like,
Yeah,
the,
see, that's my problem is like if I know something's in the house, that's the kind of food noise I experience.
okay,
Like it's
this
for
is
me, it's just better it's not even here.
so interesting. Well, yeah, and they talk about that when you start like a new challenge or you're trying to lose weight or like have a reset in your home, get rid of all the junk.
Hmm.
Like don't have it in your home. I'm funny that I've literally had certain candies, chips, or things in my house for 5 or 6 years. Like I
Mm.
go look
It
at
just
things
depends for me. It just depends on what it
and it
is.
has just sat there, even if it's something I love, because I
Mm.
just don't eat that way on a normal basis. But when I'm on vacation and I'm letting myself like take all the walls down and the rules, and I'm
Mm.
allowed to eat those things, then I'm like I eat probably a whole row of the Chips Ahoy. Like I think I eat like 20 cookies. I'm not even kidding, in like a day.
No, it can.
And
You girl, I've eaten a row of
bro, I've
of
not
that stuff before.
I can't tell you the last time I did that. Like I don't this is why I don't keep it in the house though too, because then like I'm kind of like once I start, I like
Uh,
can't stop. So that's why I
yep.
also really restrict my consumption of those things and not like a toxic restrictive way, but it's like a very controlled way. Because even when I had that donut with you, like I wanted to have like 15 more donuts. And if they were
Yeah.
in front of me, I would have had it. But then after I got over it, or if it's one of those things I get to look
You.
forward to
Yeah.
the week, it's fine.
Mhm.
It's just like
Yeah.
I can't let myself just eat them whenever I want, like or
Right.
just have it around because it's just like as humans, we only have so much willpower and we're using it on so many decisions a day. And that's why I have meal prep and other things. Just, and you have your veggies, you just throw on the thing. Like it's not a decision. It's literally just like it's there. It's like
Yeah.
what's easy and accessible. But I see how
Well, it,
people who don't have like
yeah.
schools or education or even access to that better food. And what sucks is most of the cheap food or the stuff on food stamps is absolute just it's literally calories. It's not food, it's
Garbage.
calories. It's not food. It's totally different.
Yeah. It's absolutely to me that food stamps. I mean, that's I could go on that whole tangent, but like it's absolutely wild to me that the government pays for that stuff. It doesn't even make sense. Like,
It's because it's
right? It's like what is
follow the
I,
dollars. Follow the dollar signs. But here's the thing, they could always go partner with what's that like ugly food company that like they can't sell it on the shelf because people won't buy it, but it's like perfectly fine produce. Like why is the
oh
government
yeah.
not like buying that up and then just like distributing it to families or like
Hmm.
or having a whole section at a grocery store of just ugly food, but it's all
Yeah.
the same and just letting EBT do that. But here's the problem, if EBT still covered the other cheap food, they people would still
Yeah.
choose people choose the less path of resistance and a lot of times that's their kids crying too.
Oh, for sure. Like
Like
there's so many factors that go
yes.
into it. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. And it makes it really hard because there's like literally food scientists out there at all these organizations that are, and I don't mean to like demonize them, but it's just the
No.
truth. Like you said, follow the dollar. Like
Yeah.
there are food scientists that it is literally their job to make it taste as good as possible. So
And
you
have
finish the whole bag. Like
and have
that's their job and go buy more.
shelf life and have a long shelf life so
Hmm.
that these companies can store this for a long time before they even sell it so they can make more or so that it can stay on the shelves without going bad and they have less risk or food going bad that they have to throw out. And that's actually how we've lost a lot of nutritional value. Like there was better flour and better nutrition even in cereal in the 90s compared to now. And even
Yeah.
before the 90s, I actually think a lot of the 90s and early 2000s is probably when a lot of this technology started coming out and
Hmm.
it really started shifting. And the another survival mechanism is like things looking beautiful for us to eat, like
Hmm.
colors. And so part of it is also like um they've they make it as pretty as possible, then that's where we get all these extra dyes and the extra crap.
Yeah.
Like, because it would be ugly, but I don't know. For me, I don't care if it's ugly if it like tastes good and gives me like energy and good value
Yeah.
food, like or value to my body. Like I'm okay to eat that. I don't need it to be a pretty color. But for kids and for marketability, that's what like synthetic things are just how it gets done. So
Yeah.
it's nuts. I'm glad it's all coming out now. This is stuff I actually learned like 10 or 15 years ago at Tony Robbins stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they talked about this. Like they even said don't let your kids or don't go become a doctor because doctors are going to be replaced in the next 10 or 20 years. It's going to be replaced.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. No, they're going to be most of them are going to be replaced by like there'll be a way that they pivot with their education. There's always going to be value in knowing a lot of this stuff, but they're going to have scanners that will be able to totally scan our body and be able to diagnose basically any type of disease, things going on, and like make prescriptions for us. And I
Yeah,
think
I
we're
believe that.
pretty close to it actually,
Yeah.
because of AI and because of just so much robotics. Even then, they were talking about like how, because I was going to go to school to be a surgeon, and
Yeah.
one of the guys teaching it was like, I'm not letting my kids go into that because they won't have a career in 10 or 20 years. They're
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
replaced by robots. And it's just crazy. And then I've also learned about all the red tape with medicine and big pharma and how they control everything. Like there very well could be cures to cancer. There could be cures to type 1 diabetes,
Yeah.
but they make way more money off the little treating the symptoms or just kind of giving you
Yeah.
enough of a cure to make you feel better, but not fi fully fix you. They make because they basically did this comparison of like, okay, if you could sell one pill to somebody that would fix like their diabetes or whatever disease, or if you could sell them, pills for the rest of their life, just from a business model, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of
Makes
course.
them feel better and that they will for sure always make a way to be able to afford between insurance companies and da da da. Which one are you picking? Like,
Always the rest of their lives. Why would you not?
right, exactly. And so it's just so backwards, which is crazy because I'm like, if you actually have people healthier and thriving, they're going to live longer and probably still actually pay you more money over time. But
Mhm.
they don't factor that in. They'd rather it's like a subscription versus like even like a Whoop. It's buying the
Yeah.
18 months instead of the monthly fee.
Hmm.
Or whatever it is. And so it's just it's really, really interesting once you kind of understand how the world works. And it's kind of sad because some of it's kind of depressing because there really are good people and good companies still out there.
Agreed. I
There's
agree with
like,
that.
and it's so hard to like be able to filter of what is truly in your best interest or just the business interest or the people that are kind of like in the business of both, right? Like a
Yeah.
win-win. And then that's where CrossFit also comes in. It's the cure, but it takes work.
Right.
The cure to
Yeah.
70% of our chronic disease, or it's a cure to pretty much all chronic disease, but 70% of the deaths in America.
Yeah. Yeah. If we could fix that. And I mean, it is the cure. I mean, that's our marketing ploy right now, but it's just one of those things that it makes it people don't want to do the work. And so that makes it really, really hard. And we're just the comfort. And if you did you read The Comfort Crisis?
Yeah.
You
I,
did.
wasn't that the one I read on the way back from your house?
No, that was The Comfort
No,
Crisis is
I
the
did
one
that
about
one
the hunting
before.
guy.
Yeah, I did that way before. I had to put
Okay.
it down though whenever they talked about the kid
Oh,
getting
that's right. The kid and the
I
bear
literally
and the
threw up in my mouth and I like needed a minute. And then I came back to it. I was like, bro, I don't want to like I can't handle this. Like my empath literally exploded. I was like not prepared for that. I was like, where did this come from? I can't handle this. Imagination's too vivid. Like I literally like saw it happening and I was like, no. It's so bad. Like
that's
still caught up
funny.
on that. It is funny.
Well, I think I texted you about it and you're like, I just had to skip it and keep going. Like you
I didn't skip. I just had to
didn't skip
take a
it.
break for like a week and then I came back.
Oh, that's right. You took a break.
I
Oh,
just
that's
like
right.
I literally like wanted to throw up. I was like, I can't think about this right now.
Yeah. But anyway, so they sorry, my phone is trying to ring in. No, I don't want to talk to that spam caller. No.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Um anyways, yeah, the comfort crisis is the whole thing. But I think that we are in a place where the food noise becomes so overwhelming for a lot of people. And then I think we're in such a bad place with our overall mental health that just like as a society, like we are like the loneliest society in the record of the world. And so like you add all of that together and all of a sudden we've just got this epidemic of just sickness that
Yeah,
is overwhelmed. And I think food noise is just kind of one of those things. And I think it's a slippery slope like everything else. I think it's a tool like everything else that it's something you can use in terms of like the GLPs, like using that as a counteract to the food noise. But I definitely think that there's other ways and other things that you can be building if you are using GLPs to help with that to negate some of those things.
I agree. Or things that should be tried first.
Amen.
It's kind of like
Yes.
surgery. You don't want to do surgery right away. You want to try some PT and some other things. And like there's other methods but a lot of people just skip to comfort versus like the discomfort of being patient or maybe doing the harder thing up front. They want the easier thing. This actually gives me two thoughts because it's very interesting because I think our mental health is actually perpetuated by the diet that we have. Because
Yep.
if
I
you
think it's
talk
a big
about
old.
gut biome, if you talk about sugars and things like that, it massively affects our mental health. And especially if we're not giving our bodies the nutrition that we need, I think there's just like a cloud and a fog that comes down, and it's like just a self-perpetuating cycle of just how the nutrition. Because when I'm eating right, my mental health goes like through the roof. And when I'm
Mhm.
not, like I can see it just like spiraling. Now, there's other factors too, sleep. It's like when we talk about the foundations of our pyramids, like the sleep is the very baseline.
Mhm.
And then, oh, where was I going on that? So that was the self-perpetuating thing, and then the GLP ones. I had another thought, but it's gone now. But maybe it'll come back. Um, but the I'm not like anti them. I think they are a tool. I just think we should use other tools in our box first.
Yeah.
It's even like supplementation. It's even like sport with CrossFit. Like we have to start at the foundations first and fix those. And if we find ourselves moving up the level, and then like we start losing something, we just have to go back here and make sure that that's taken care of first and recalibrate it,
Yeah.
and continue to add the layers. Um, and I mean, I'm in a process of that with some of the things in my life too, everything from sleep to um how I'm training and other things. Oh, what I was gonna say is I equate some of the stuff to like nagging injuries.
Yeah, that's a good analogy for sure.
And we are just like not, and like when I've heard a lot of physical therapists talk, pain is not bad. I don't think food noise in itself
Mhm.
is bad. It's like
Right.
it is literally our body signaling to us. It's
Right.
learning to interpret and read the signals and actually properly respond versus just what's convenient. So it's like, okay,
Right.
so if we're having food noise, that means we're lacking somewhere, which is most of the time protein for most of us. And then after that, we got to make sure that we have like good carbs and fats. But I will tell you this, fats are the easiest thing to get in this country.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
it's in everything. Like, okay,
Yeah,
at least,
I would agree.
at least if you're out and about, if you're at home.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
But
Like
it's like,
like eating out. Oh yeah.
dude, me traveling this week has made this even clearer. Like, I literally was like, where's the protein? Where's the protein everywhere? And I'm like having issues because
Yeah.
even a lot of the protein is bacon and ham. Like, I went to this little
Mhm.
cafe, actually healthier, nicer option in my area. Like, didn't just stop at like a fast food.
Yeah.
Ordered like a little bread thing. Luckily it was sourdough locally made, but it was the only meat options were eggs, ham, and bacon.
Right.
And I was
And
like,
eggs are
eggs are
mostly
a lot of fat
fat.
too.
Hmm.
There's
Whole eggs. Whole eggs.
yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is happening? Okay, we have less than a minute, so we
Yeah.
are losing time. So maybe we do a two-parter here. So,
Yep.
okay,
Well,
we're gonna wrap up because we're out of time and we chit-chatted way too much about some really
yeah,
great
we did.
stuff. So, this is Mel and Mar and Good and
Good.
Good Talk, Good Humans.
Yo.
And peace out, and we'll pick up later.
Bye.